So you guys are probably wondering why I'm doing this. Well, on one hand, it's to let people see in the world what it looks like to take one of these monitors apart and to show everyone what's inside. On the other hand, well, this does have a cracked screen, and the only way to find another one of these panels is to order from Hong Kong directly from the manufacturer, and it is a Samsung panel. Um, but the only way I can get my hands on them is if I order in bulk, which is not going to happen because I'm not ordering 200 panels for one monitor just now. But let's just put that aside. I am a true believer of helping the environment, and here I'm actually taking everything apart on this monitor to separate the plastics with the metals that are inside and the panel and all that, so you guys get to see what's inside. I get to feel better about myself, and the world and the environment gets to I guess survive. I don't know, but all I'm saying is, it's I'm trying to do something good here, and hopefully you guys can enjoy the video of me trying to take this apart, because I definitely enjoyed taking this thing apart. I am very surprised on what I found inside and how this thing was even made, and it's surprising to me how simple electronics have gotten in the years of but still complicated in the years of technology's advancements. The only thing that hurt me though was that I did break my prying tool trying to take this thing apart, and oh well, I can always buy some more. One thing that I learned about this monitor is that it's very, very tightly connected with the hinges and all around the actual cover. And I was having a rough time trying to take this thing apart. And I just kept prying and just like prying, and I couldn't find the correct position to even get my pry tool to do anything. And of course, I'm not trying to take these things apart to where I'm trying to save the plastic and not damage it. The only thing that I'm trying to save is the internals, like the main board and the power supply, because those can be reused for somebody that may need the parts. So I ended up giving up on my pry tool because my pry tool does break, and I ended up going to get a big giant flathead screwdriver and sticking it into the edges of this thing over and over again, until finally I started realizing, oh, if I stick it in far enough and I pry up, it's gonna go click, 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 and slowly but surely it should come up. As you guys can see, I have a gap. We are accomplishing something right now, which is really good, because I was very, 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 very sad that I couldn't open it with my other pry tool, and the fact that it broke. So yes, we finally got the top off. And tape. Yes, tape. But anyways, now that we have the top off, we're just gonna try to pry at things and disconnect things now. Honestly, let's take these screws off, because we gotta see what's inside. The whole point of this is to remove the metal so it can either be recycled or it can be scrapped so it can be reused, and among other things, maybe reuse the main board and the power supply inside. So I do end up saving all of these screws because there's always a possibility of having to reuse those things on other items and other electronics, or even like some of these screws can be used on wood, which is really cool, because that saves me a lot of problems going to the store and purchasing screws that I don't know what they're for, but they have pointing thingies and they go into wood and then they hold things up. But I don't know. So as you guys can see the main board now. The main board's on one of my directional hands, the left or the right. Well, I don't actually know. And the other part, the one that's covered with the black thing, is the power board, which is a lot smaller than I thought it was going to be. But those screws are going to be saved with the actual boards, and if I do donate them or give them away or sell them to somebody that may need the parts, those screws are going to go with the boards just in case they need them, as well as all of the cables that are attached to the boards, because it would only make sense to give somebody the ability to do that with the cables and all that cool stuff. Alright, well, now that we have those boards out, we're just going to put those things to the side because they are going to be saved for future use. Safely stack them on top of each other like we should and stick them on another table while we try to test, I guess, the magnetism of the metals that are on here to make sure that something's not aluminum or something's not separate from the all steel housing that these materials are made out of. As you can see, the magnet is magnetic. Yes, because that's what magnets do. They magnetically attach themselves to metal objects unless they're like aluminum or copper, because those are made differently and stuff. And I don't know very much about that kind of stuff. So let's just watch me tear a film of black stuff off the board of this panel. Because that makes sense. Yay. Oh, this song's kind of nice. Super chill. Yeah. Very, very chill. And of course, this board as well, if I can, I'll put in a stack of motherboard bin things so then that can get recycled properly if I'm capable of. If you've never seen how a monitor is made, be ready to be surprised of what's actually inside. And what the heck is inside is, well, let's just wait for me to pry this thing open because I'm very bad at it again. But look at this. Here's the panel. And that's the panel. That's it. And now we have these things, these layers of plastic films that are not attached to anything, just plastic films. And I just go one by one prying these out because they're cool looking. I have a hard time deciding what I do with these. Ooh, and that's like a plexiglass thing that's bendy. So yeah, and that's all that's behind the panel. And now there's just a big metal thing that I'm removing lights from, because yeah. So anyways, guys, if you enjoyed this video, if it was informative to you, please like and share it. It's a little different than what I do, but I felt like you guys should probably see what I do off camera with the things that I get my hands on sometimes, whether they're broken or not. Yes, go out there and hug a tree, save the world, and recycle. Yay. Until next time, thanks again for watching. I appreciate you guys and gals and everyone, and I'll see you on the next video. Oh yeah, magnetize.